Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today we're going to completely demystify something that honestly usually feels a bit like magic, and that's charisma. We tend to think of influence as this mysterious, innate gift that you're either born with or you're not. But what if it isn't? What if influence is actually a highly predictable, ethical system based entirely on safety and trust? Well, we're going to break down exactly how this works to give you a really wholesome understanding of the whole topic. Let's dive in. Okay, Section 1. The secret to social pull and why people lean in. You see, true influence absolutely isn't about just being the loudest person in the room. To really get what it is about, I want you to picture a bustling, noisy chai stall in Karachi. Think about it. There is a ton going on. People are shouting, traffic is buzzing, cups are clinking everywhere. Yet every so often, someone can just stand there, say almost nothing at all, and still naturally pull everyone's attention. So why is that? It's not because they're louder or richer or more polished. It's because they effortlessly signal to the people around them that being near them is actually going to be worth it. And that beautifully illustrates this concept we call social attractiveness. Now, we aren't just talking about mere likability here. Social attractiveness is literally the quiet system running underneath all human trust and cooperation. It's a specific set of signals that tells others, hey, I am safe to approach, I am worth listening to, and I just might make things better for you. It is the foundational mechanism that makes the person decide an interaction has actual, tangible value.
Here's the absolute crucial takeaway for this part. People rarely respond to words alone. They respond to the sense of what a person means for them. So we're not learning some cheap manipulative persuasion trick today. We are breaking down the actual psychological mechanism behind why trust forms in the first place and why our attention naturally acts like a magnet towards certain people.
Moving right along to Section 2, making influence feel safe and lowering the brain's defenses. If you really want to build a wholesome understanding of social pull, you have to realize that influence requires reducing resistance, not applying forceful pressure. To get that, we have to look at the brain's protective scanning system. Human beings are just inherently cautious, right? Before anyone opens up to you, their brain asks these rapid-fire questions. Will this person embarrass me? Are they going to waste my time? Will they judge me? Are they going to push me into something I don't want to do? Think of it like a cautious shopkeeper peeking through a change door, checking a few quick cues to see if you're safe enough to let into the back room. I love this quote that captures it perfectly. You don't need the bridge to be exciting, you need it to feel stable. This explains exactly how we overcome that initial resistance. Safety comes directly from predictability. When people can easily guess what comes next with you, they don't have to spend all this exhausting mental energy decoding your intentions, and that is the exact moment they finally drop their guard. Because ultimately, influence is not about being convincingly argumentative. It is simply about not triggering a person's self-protection system. Imagine borrowing someone's phone for a second. If you just reach out and grab it, even if you have a completely valid reason, their defenses instantly spike up. But if you just pause, ask first, and wait for their answer, you signal respect. That simple, tiny pause instantly lowers their resistance. All right, Section 3, warmth meets competence, the ingredients of influence. Let's look at the exact combination of signals needed to lower those defenses and capture attention all at once. The first essential ingredient is warmth. Warmth is kind of like a light in a dark room. Now, warmth doesn't mean being overly bubbly or faking a massive, unnatural smile. It simply means signaling that you aren't hostile. It's that light that allows people to stop bracing themselves at every single step they take around you. When we break this down, a really fascinating formula emerges. Warmth that signals, I am safe with you, which, as we know, lowers defenses. Competence signals, you can help me, which increases attention. Interestingly enough, competence alone can actually be quite intimidating. People might admire your skills, sure, but they'll wonder if they're going to become collateral damage to your goals. But when you combine competence with warmth, boom, it answers both vital questions at once, creating a deeply powerful, incredibly safe influence. Now, this brings up an absolutely crucial contrast between manipulation and ethical influence. Think about wanting to get some fresh air into a stuffy room. Force or manipulation is like smashing the window with a hammer. I mean, sure, the air gets in, but the environment now feels completely shattered and unsafe. Ethical influence, on the other hand, is simply inviting the fresh air in by opening the window. People always feel safest when their agency and their choices remain completely intact. Which leads us right into Section 4, building trust without tricks, and the power of consistency. Let's see how we build upon this foundation of safety to create durable, long-lasting trust. Because trust isn't just a single, dazzling moment. It's more like a puzzle. It grows from repeated, matched signals. It requires coherence, meaning your words and your actions actually match. It requires consistency through reliable behavior, day in and day out. Add clarity to that so they know exactly what you mean, and respect, leaving them totally free to choose. And finally, low friction. Interacting with you should require less mental effort, not more. And all of these elements build into what we call the trust loop. It plays out exactly like this. Someone notices a safe signal from you. Because of that, they open up just slightly. You respond really well to that openness. So the next time, they open up a little bit more. It's a beautiful, self-reinforcing loop. A single good, safe interaction literally changes the entire dynamic of the very next one before it even begins. Actually, quick point of clarification here. Being open definitely doesn't mean having zero boundaries. Look at the difference. Over-explaining actually signals anxiety and self-defense. It's messy. But healthy boundaries, that's entirely different. A door with a good lock doesn't mean you're hostile. It just provides necessary structure. Boundaries signal self-respect, and that kind of predictability makes you someone people feel they can actually rely on. Let's anchor this in a real-world example. Think of a beloved local family business back in Karachi. Why do customers keep returning, generation after generation? It's usually because the owner consistently remembers them, fixes mistakes without any drama, and just acts reliably. They return because the environment feels completely safe to re-enter. That steady, low-drama behavior naturally builds deep, unwavering community trust over time. Okay, final part, Section 5, the chain of ethical influence, bringing it all together. Let's bring all these amazing building blocks together to see the big picture. Here is the ultimate chain revealed. Attention leads to safety, safety leads to trust, and trust naturally leads to influence. This brilliantly illustrates that social pull just isn't some vague magic trick or manipulation. It is a grounded step-by-step human system. And by understanding this exact chain, you aren't guessing at how to lead. You are reading the system. So I want to leave you with a provocative question to ask yourself the very next time you step into a room. What would make this interaction feel clear, safe, and worth engaging? Stop asking how to impress people. Instead, adopt this powerful new mindset of becoming a safe, wholesome fit for the people around you. Because at the end of the day, that is the true secret to social pull. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this framework completely changes how you view every conversation moving forward.